If you're gonna make ratatouille, you make the ratatouille from Ratatouille. Hello friends, on today's Vegan Kitchen Adventures, we're going to have ratatouille. Now, significant other spent some time in France, and apparently the correct way is to chop all the vegetables up into chunks. However, we're opting for familiarity by doing the ratatouille from Ratatouille by slicing up the vegetables, because the goal is to trick a child into eating a vegetable. So before the child realizes our nefarious plot, let's get to it. So first thing, we need to start thinly slicing our vegetables. Most people would recommend using a mandolin for this purpose. I am too cheap to buy a mandolin, and I would much rather stubborn my way through this apparently. For this, I'm using a sharp paring knife. For cutting the eggplant, the paring knife was a little short. I would generally recommend maybe a 5 or 6 inch blade to cut a traditional eggplant. And the reason why I'm using a traditional eggplant and not a Japanese eggplant, our grocery store did not have a Japanese eggplant, and if they did, the traditional ones are cheaper. So once again, I'm cheap. So we're just going to cut up all our vegetables as thinly and evenly as possible. We're only human, so we're not going to be too hard on ourselves. If there are some that are a little bit fatter, a little bit thinner, it's all right. Now, the vegetables that we're going to be using are zucchini, eggplant, and tomato. If they are available to you, you can use other vegetables such as yellow squash as well. Usually squash season starts at the beginning of summer, where it's more consistently warm. It's springtime, so the weather is still going a little bit up and down, so we're just going to hold off until then to start buying up all the squash. But onto the tomato. If a tomato is firm enough, you can slice it with a sharp knife from the outside just fine. I know that some people find tomatoes a little bit squishy. To me, that happens a little bit more often with Roma tomatoes. These were tomatoes on the vine, 99 cents a pound. So I got 5 tomatoes for about $1.35 when it would have cost me 5 for the Romas. This was a better deal, and it slices easier. I'm not at all upset about that. Now look at this little baby onion. It's smaller than my hand. We are going to chop up this entire little baby onion, maybe about the size of half of a large onion. I'm just going to do a radial cut on the onion, so each slice is about 1 centimeter long, and slice it real thin. So my little baby onion's got little baby slices. It's so cute. And once my little baby onion is all sliced up, we're putting oil in my little baby cast iron skillet. Now, I did make the mistake of using olive oil, which, as you can see, has a very low smoke point. So we are just going to pour in that onion and saute it up until it is a beautiful, crispy golden brown. And today we're also experimenting with this pure Farmland mock meat mince. Try saying that 10 times fast. I could barely say it once. But like any mince, we're just going to pop it in the pan and keep breaking it up until it's about the chunky size that we want. Then once it is all chopped up into the texture that we want, adding the marinara sauce to make a mocky meat sauce that we are going to go ahead and top with our ratatouille veggies. I did get a row or 2 of veggies started while the meaty marinara sauce was cooking, but we are just going to keep adding veggies around in the order of purple, red, green, purple, red, green, purple, red, green. And we're going to continue that pattern all the way around our pan until we fill it up, then scoot kind of a tail end into the middle just because that way it's spiraled better, and then fill the rest of that circle right back up with as many veggies that we can pack into the skillet, once again keeping the pattern purple, red, green, eggplant, tomato, zucchini, eggplant, tomato, zucchini, purple, red, green, purple, red, green. And that looks absolutely beautiful. And this went in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes, covered it with aluminum foil, then uncovered for an additional 15 to 20 minutes. And it was a success. Kiddo did eat some and said it tasted like ravioli. Well, thank you so much for watching. Do you have any good tricking children recipes? If so, feel free to leave them along with any questions, comments, or concerns down below. New videos come out on Mondays, sometimes Thursdays, and like always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye! Hey! Oh, hey there, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, bear. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, Penny, Was brother getting attention without you? That sounds absolutely tragic.